there was a tape recorder went into the VHS, and when that came, kids my age were watching cartoons or other kind of stuff, or like, you know, English films at that time, and I wanted to watch, like, which film was Lag Ja Gale in. I wanted to watch Bichhade Sabhi Bari Baris from which film. I wanted to watch Guru Dutt, Vintage Raj Kapoor, Bimal Roy, and I wanted to watch all these movies, Yash Chopra, and I started watching all these like movies that had these movies, this music in it. And I remember the time when I discovered that song Gata Rahe Mera Dil from Guide, and I found myself listening to all those music. Kids my age would not come to play with me because I would make them listen to this music, and they were like, "Are you crazy? What is this?" Like, you know. So then I went through a phase. Then I went through a phase when I was 12 or 13 where there was like Madonna and George Michael, and I grew up on that.
Nice.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to play act that I like this music. So it lasted for a year and a half to 2 years.
Play act that you like?
Yeah,
Madonna, George Michael.
Yeah, because I was really not into English
You're not
music.
into rock.
Not at all. So I bought those Archie's gallery lyrics. There was these books that gave you the lyrics of all these songs, like of George Michael songs, Madonna, and I was on the Walkman listening to them. A year and a half, 2 years into this, I was like, I'm being so fake.
Yeah.
I don't like this music. I like it, like I understand it, and I don't mind Material Girl and Wake Me Up Before You Go and all that. Nikita, I remember this song that I used to love.
You do.
But after that, I was like, Lata ji is back in my life, and suddenly I saw myself, you know, Bada Dukh Deena Tere Lakhan Ne, and you know, when I watched that film, I remember performing. Then I used to dance in my room to these Hindi songs, all these Hindi film songs. I remember watching Sargam and going Pagal, you know, and like, you know, dancing to Duffly Wale on my own. I was this weird child who was living in the heart of Malabar Hill, who were disconnected from anything in cinema. Around me, nobody watched movies. They didn't know what movie stars were all about, besides Amitabh Bachchan, who was like the holy grail of stardom. And I was listening to all these Hindi songs. With the result, I think I developed a ear for just pure organic Hindi film music. And now, the second thing that keeps me alive is I shop a lot. And this is going to sound frivolous and stupid. But the way I hear music now, or I understand what's the texture of sound today, when I go to various stores in the world, they are always playing the contemporary songs of today. So I start, in my subconscious mind, I pick up like, this is house, this is rock, now pop is back, this is the combination, this is techno, this is B, C, D, whatever. I don't know it. But when I start sitting with the music composers, I'm tone deaf, I can't sing. I've tried to even like put one sur to tal, doesn't happen. But now a mixture of my mother and my passion for shopping has resulted in my sense of music.
Shopping?
I'm telling you, it's a shop, it's the stores I go to. I remember coming back and sitting with Shankar Ehsan Loy, and I was like, you know, disco's back. And, you know, they were like, yeah. I said, you know, I only heard these disco songs in all the shops in London. So they were like, yeah, it's kind of back. I said, let's do a song and let's call it It's the Time to Disco. And like, because I just felt that that would be a buzz line that would work. And then we created that. And then I've always been obsessed with Bhangra music and Punjabi music because you know, I'm Punjabi and you know, it's part of my ecosystem now. And so then now I combine things and I always manage like, and I have an ability, and I tell composers this. I'm like, see, I can't sing. I'm not technically trained in music. I will say two things to you when I hear a tune. Yes and no. Don't ask me why I'm saying yes. Don't ask me why I'm saying no. My instinct will be yes and no. You might think it's the world's best melody, but if I don't like it, I'm just going to say I don't like it. Don't ask me for why. Because don't try, and I never go back and try to change a song I don't like to work on it to make it better, because I believe my first instinct has to remain. So when I say yes, bang on, done. Like I remember I was in a sitting with Preetham and we locked 3 songs in 15 minutes. Title song of Ae Dil Hai Mushkil, Channa Meria and Bulaya.
No.
15 minutes he made me hear these 3 songs. And Preetham was like, I've never locked 3 songs so fast. No, give it a thought. I said, why, Dada? They all 3 work for me in these 3 situations. Let's lock. No. He kept coming back with options. He was making me second guess my positive instinct. And I said, these are the songs I like. I'm done. It never happened to me ever in the history of my experience in music. But I'm like, I like it. I'm going to say yes. So that's pretty much my story with music. It's like I react to it instinctively. There's nothing else. Like there were songs that people have hated around me. I still remember Ayan walking in with Battamiz Dil and saying, look what he's made. And Dada and he with sorry faces are staring at me, and I heard the song. I said, have you gone crazy? This song is going to be a raging blockbuster. They was like, what, do you really think so? And I was like, yes. It's amazing. He's saying, but it's so like, Pan mein pudina deka, naak mein dagina deka, what is going on in this song? So I was like, that's what's working. It's like a ode to Kishore Kumar meets a contemporary kind of an approach to a blockbuster track. This is going to work. So, I mean, I like to believe that my instinct is what makes the music good.
We're at an interesting place in Hindi cinema right now where there is a real dearth of original music. Remix culture is taking over.
Yeah.
I've benefited from it immensely myself, and all those hit remixes have been curated by you. I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it's great. I think it gives people a lot of joy. So I don't have a problem with remix culture. I'm just wondering, where are we at? How has this remix culture come up, and how is it affecting original music?
Firstly, on Gully Boy, I think his new age sound and has created new energy with that music. It's brought this kind of rapping, this hip-hop zone into the foreground, into the mainstream in the best possible way. I don't listen to this kind of music, but when I heard Apna Time Aayega, and when I heard the two leading songs of this, and I told Zoya, I said, I'm singing this every day. That means these songs are going to rock, because it's not even in my demographic of interest, but I love that song. I love what it's saying. I love the thoughts. I love the melody behind the rap.
Like the vocals?
And I love the vocalist. Of course, you're amazing. You're fantastic. You're the star behind that sound. But it's created, it's like, you know, like there's always every decade and a half, there's a new sound that comes in. Like Rahman brought in a new sound.
Correct.
Which was further followed up by many astute musicians.
Don't you think it's Tanishq Bhakche's brought the new sound?
So no, I think, so now let me address what happens is, firstly, cinema has evolved to an extent where lip sync music has gone, because our characters have changed.
Right.
They are more real, they're more grounded, they're saying and feeling real emotions, they're projecting it beyond certain kind of syntax of cinema. Let's not talk about that 20%.
Yeah.
80% of the films are actually all about real characters. So now, when lip sync songs have gone, you have to actually start addressing music very differently. It's gone into the background. I think we're venturing into an age of new age, great music, but we're not yet there. We're still combating the forces of remixes and pedestrian and lazy music today, but it's going to happen. I hope that we can make the change somewhere.
Watch the full episode on Film Companion.